What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We like to call it the early edge. All of our odds are presented by our new partners, the king of all sports books, BetMGM. And we are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it is not close. Now, I already see several comments in the chat. Everybody, you looked on social media last night, the way those two games ended. Boy, it flip-flopped a lot of plays. Not our best night, admittedly. But if you watch primetime early edge, we told you about a lot of these things could happen. There are Saints bettors out there. You're like, up 11? And we only win by 3 and we push? How does that happen? The Steelers, a late scoop and score, so the Browns don't cover. I lose my showdown. That's how volatile the NFL could be, which is why we tell you, ease into the NFL season. Now, we waste no time here at the early edge because later today, our week 3 NFL best bets. Me, the stoic one, RJ White, and the maestro himself, Larry Hartstein, get you the early breakdowns because, as you know, the numbers change throughout the week, and a half a point, hello, San Francisco, can mean everything. So with all the housekeeping out of the way, let's bring in the stars of the show. You know them. You love him, and look at my lineup this morning. My goodness, are you serious right now? Live from Las Vegas, Zack Attack is here. The Sniper is here. Mikey B is here. And the Counselor of Cash. Sometimes we tell you, lean into the hot cappers, lean into the hot hand. And today, our 15 seconds goes to my man, Sia Nejad. You're up, sir.
Well, appreciate it, Coach. Yeah, 8-1 against the spread so far through 2 weeks. And honestly, all I'm trying to do is identify maybe some overreactions, maybe some underreactions. I think the Chiefs is a good example. Coming off a loss against Detroit, getting Chris Jones and Travis Kelce back. The Colts, I'm not in on the Houston Texans experience this year, so that was an easy money line play for me. The Green Bay Packers without Aaron Jones and Christian Watson, the Atlanta money line at home was an easy play for me. Now, listen, the Steelers play yesterday. I feel like I got a little lucky there with those defensive touchdowns, but listen, I'll take that variance all day. But listen, you don't have to take every pick that gets put out there, but I will say this, there are some trends early that we think are trends, but they're not because we have such a small sample size. So consider that when you're making your next bet.
That's exactly right. And like I said, ease into it. Listen to the counsel. Listen to my guys. Because right now, when you're throwing out a prop bet and you're using 2 weeks for your sample size, you got to be kind of careful sometimes. And you got to listen to the experts. It's a very, very hard business. And we talk about that all the time. Very, very difficult. But we have the absolute very best. All right. We've got a lot of sports still going on, not just the NFL. So, gentlemen, if you don't mind, let's jump right in. It's time for marquee matchups. Pick the prop. And I tell you what, I am still very, very interested in the baseball season. A lot of good races, a lot of wild card teams still playing hot. Jorge Soler actually went yard yesterday, and they called it fouls. It went over the left foul pole, and they end up losing 2-1, but he's plus 275. Then look at all the faces and the names according to our SportsLine model. These are the 5 best. Luis Robert, Ronald Acuna Jr. Now, I hit the Phillies yesterday because the Braves are disinterested. Keep that in mind. Yordan Alvarez, Aaron Judge. Sniper, let's come to you, big boy. Let's start with you. Who's going the yard today?
The big man in the middle, Mr. Jorge Soler, who started us off on the right foot, wrong foot probably. I guess I'll say right foot this season when buckets hit him from off the board. Look, he's facing a left-hander. Joey Lucchesi of the Mets is on the mound. Soler this year against left-handers, 705 slugging percentage, 14 homers and 105 at-bats against lefties this year. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. Jorge Soler all day.
Let's go. Zack Attack, talk to me.
We're in the same boat here, Snyder. I'm going with Jorge Soler as well. The big, nice graphic right in the middle. Missed a couple of weeks, hit a home run right off the bat Sunday, came that close yesterday. 37 home runs on the season. Phenomenal in the division, has at least 1 home run his last 4 series and has hit a home run twice. So you know he's going to go yard. Jorge Soler plus 275.
Oh, this man has become an absolute stud. Mikey B, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to go different. I'll take Yordan Alvarez. Now he's going to face Kyle Gibson, who's given up at least 1 home run in 6 of his last 7 starts. Righties are only slugging .376 against Gibson this season, but left-handed hitters are slugging .494. Alvarez himself is slugging .628 against right-handed pitchers. So I'll go with Yordan to go deep.
I love me some Yordan. It seems like the Astros offense is starting to wake up a little bit the last couple of games at least. Counselor, you're up.
Yeah, Zach said it. This graphic, it's really nice. It's intoxicating. I'm looking at Yordan Alvarez, looking at me directly in the eyes. I am with Mikey B on this one. Fade Kyle Gibson. I really like this matchup. I think Kyle Gibson's going to have one of those days where we're no stranger to bad Kyle Gibson days. He's had a couple of good outings over his last two, but he's gotten absolutely rocked over the last month by this. Well, Seattle, they're pretty good. Chicago White Sox and the Oakland A's, like this, it's time. He's going to get rocked today by Jordan.
And for some reason, too, you mentioned the White Sox. They're starting to wake up, too, the last 3 or 4 games. So lean into the teams that are hitting and the teams that still have something to play for. I mean, it is September 19th, for goodness sake. Now, we tell you all the time, the early edge is world. Yes, Sniper, go.
I wanted to add a little nugget there on the Astros. Their home road splits are awful this year. If you look at their hitting at home, for some reason, they have not hit at home. But when they were on this previous road trip, apparently the players had been complaining about the batter's eye in center field and that it wasn't big enough, and they kept having interference when they were looking in their field of vision at the pitches. So they painted green on both sides of the batter's eye to make it bigger. Last night was their first game back home since that happened, and they scored 7 runs. So maybe we're going to see the Astros start hitting a lot better at home because of that. Just a little nugget I wanted to throw in there to kind of back them up on their Jordan play.
Hashtag educate and entertain. Thank you, Sniper. Now, happy birthday to Michael in the chat, who is on vacation and listening and watching, listening to the early edge at 5 p.m. somewhere in this great world of ours. So happy birthday, Michael, and thanks for letting us know that. Now, as many of you know, and you keep asking me on social media, Coach, is there going to be other promos? Yes, but it's a strategy. And we're just getting started. So new BetMGM customers can sign up today, right now, and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10, and you will receive $200 instantly in bonus bets, regardless of your wager's outcome, with bonus code EDGE200. Again, that's bonus code EDGE200, and we will be working with BetMGM. Can't wait for what's coming down the pike. Now, as many of you know, just because maybe once in a while we are cold on this show, we're on so many platforms, so many ways. I am red hot on CBS Sports HQ. I mean, red hot. So maybe I'll cap NFL here. I don't know. But we will be there every single day.
We need the sports news anywhere.
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
HQ, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us everywhere. The crew is doing content literally every single day. Later today, I'll be doing my lock of the week. So far on TikTok, 2-0. Let's go. Now, Mikey B, I'm coming to you because our board, we need a good start to our week. We do things differently. It's Tuesday. You're first up, and I know you want all the smoke. Let's go.
Yeah, bring it, Coach. All right, let's get a couple here. So first, we're going to go to the Twins and the Reds game. We're going to do Kenta Maeda over 5.5 strikeouts at -105. He has at least 6 strikeouts in 9 of his last 13 starts. This game is in Cincinnati. That's noteworthy because Maeda has a 29.5% strikeout rate on the road this season. The Reds have struck out the 5th most times in baseball, so we'll go over 5.5 strikeouts there. Then you mentioned the White Sox earlier, so I'm going to go to that White Sox National game. We're going to do White Sox team total over 4.5 runs at -20. On Monday, they had 6 runs, 15 hits in a win over the Nationals, and the Nationals are going to start Jackson Rutledge. He had a 5.82 FIP and a 1.50 WHIP at AAA. His first start in the majors last week, he gave up 7 runs over 3 2/3 innings to a bad Pirates team. I think the White Sox have another big night at the plate and sail past this over 4.5 runs.
This is such a great spot to attack pitchers that are new, just coming up. They're trying out who can pitch for us next year. Love that play. Love that.
Thanks, Coach.
You're very welcome, sir. You're very welcome. Now, many of you in the chat, I love the kindness. Wishing my man Michael a happy birthday. Thank you very much. While you're doing that, please hit the like button for me. Every single time you come into the show, it really helps the show grow. We're huge already, but we can only get bigger. Zack Attack, I'm looking at your pick, and I absolutely love it today. Where are we going?
We're going with another pitching prop, and I want to say I got robbed last week. We're going to have 6 straight wins on early edge. The last batter got the strikeout last week. I was so ticked off by. Here we go. Clark Schmidt of the Yankees over 5.5 Ks. This number is floating around. I'm now seeing it at plus 100. So shop around. Football season is here. And for me, I like to find those tight numbers. That's how you get a win from September through January. You're not going to get wins just going after games, going after this. So I'm selecting this pitcher prop here. And usually Clark Schmidt's K prop is right around that 4.5 range. So this is, like I said, this is a tight number. He's going to have to get to 6, but he's a pitcher I've gravitated towards in the prop market, especially on HQ. And I'm just liking the over here. You look at his matchup earlier this year against the Toronto Blue Jays. He had matched a season high with 8 strikeouts. First time through that Blue Jays order, struck out 6 batters. So he has success up and down against that Blue Jays lineup. I'm going to play it over 5.5 Ks plus 100.
Such great advice. Try to find those tight little numbers. I encourage you all to watch the 6 p.m. episode of SportsLine. That's where a lot of my guys predict the night. And tonight, almost all the games after 6:30 tonight. All right. Now, as you know, it's been a crazy first couple of weeks. Every single Wednesday, college football mega preview, 3 p.m. Eastern time. AB, Chip, and my man EC. Because CBS, that's where all the big games are.
Saturday, doubleheader action on CBS. Ole Miss takes on the Tide in Alabama. Then a primetime whiteout as Iowa faces Penn State. Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
You're damn right it's streaming on Paramount+. Now, Sia Nejad, I'm coming right to you. You could not have known that Sniper was going to weigh in with his little nugget about 2 minutes ago. But you got to feel pretty good about it right now, huh?
Yeah, I feel really good about it. And I'm noticing the chat is foreshadowing some of this run production, specifically from the Astros and the Orioles, who I think both are going to hit. But I'm going to specifically focus on the Astros here. I'm fading Kyle Gibson. Give me the Astros team total over 4.5. You can get this at minus 110. I honestly think this should be like minus 135. First of all, the Orioles bullpen did get taxed just a little bit yesterday in an 8-7 victory late night last night, Monday night, right after Monday Night Football. That game concluded. But this is really a fade against Gibson, not so much the bullpen. Just keep in mind, this isn't a first 5 team total. This is a full game team total over 4.5. Gibson, like I said, over his last 2 games, he's pitched 12 2/3 innings, and he's been pretty good. But prior to that, it's been the Kyle Gibson experience where, like I said, he got rocked by the Seattle Mariners. Okay, I can overlook that. The Chicago White Sox, okay, maybe they're getting a little hot. The Oakland A's, like this is a guy who the strikeouts are down, the control is down, the contact rate is there from batters. And then you get this Houston team that is absolutely mashing the ball. I just think it's such a good setup. If Kyle Gibson can somehow get through the order, the first few innings, and get unscathed, I think the Astros come back and hit him really hard. I'm going to take the full game here. Love the 4.5 over minus 110.
Oh, I absolutely love. What a great way to attack a game when you really don't know. I mean, Baltimore's a first place team. We got to remember that.
Yeah.
It's a great way to attack that. By the way, Flood House, let me just address something real quick. There's Champions League today and no soccer picks. Well, Flood House, in true early edge fashion, it would not be our show or our crew if my man Buckets didn't have some travel issues. So he was supposed to be back today, and clearly he is not. So what I'm going to do, because I'm a next level soccer capper, and by the way, if you watched the show live yesterday, what did I tell you? I said, if you don't mind paying the juice, a draw would still be a push. And that's exactly what happened with Nottingham Forest. I played that. So today on my social media at the Coach Rules, you can see it right under my name. In the next hour, I will post 2 Champions League plays on my social media, on my X. So there you go, Flood House. Always picking up the pieces for buckets. It seems like Sniper. You know what I mean? Always picking up the pieces for buckets.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he was supposed to be here and wasn't here, but for some reason I was a little less miserable today, so that must have been it.
Somebody in the chat said, they may say he's miserable, but he makes me happy. You make us happy, Sniper. All right. We've heard from Zack Attack. We've heard from Mikey B. We've heard from my man, the counselor. So, Sniper, bring us home.
Okay, let's start with San Diego and the likely National League Cy Young winner. It's not over yet, but all roads are pointing to Blake Snell at this point after he dominated the Dodgers last time out. A little bit smoother sailing this time around than the Dodgers lineup is the Rockies on the road. They are 22-54 away from home, away from Coors Field against left-handed pitching this year. 235 average, 386 slugging percentage. Most teams are better against lefties. The Rockies are actually way worse. Snell has a 1.33 ERA in his last 21 starts. So we're looking at 2/3 of a season where his ERA is down around 1. Again, dominated the Dodgers last time. The Road Rockies are not the Dodgers. I like Snell to get a win, and it's even money right now. He's probably going to go 6, maybe 7 innings. He will completely dominate. The Padres are actually hot right now. They had not won more than 3 games in a row all season, if you can believe it, until this current stretch where they've won 5 in a row. They're putting it together at the wrong time when they're pretty much out of the race. But hey, you never know with this wild card race. Maybe they will climb back into it. Anyway, next play, also a win against a terrible team. I'm going to go with Luis Castillo to get a win, only -105, basically even money against the Oakland A's. The Mariners are 41-35 on the road. Very good road team. The A's are at home where they are 24-51. Pathetic at home. Paul Blackburn on the hill for the A's. 5.09 career ERA against the Mariners. Mariners have something to play for. The A's do not. Mariners are a way better team. Castillo threw 6 shutout innings against the A's when he faced them earlier in the season. Do I need to keep going? He's probably going to go 7 and dominate them. He will get the W.
Thank goodness for late night baseball, Sniper, because I had the Browns pretty heavy last night. I was really confident in them, and congratulations to Sia with the get that little smirk off your face.
Oh, sorry. It was something else. It wasn't even that. I'm sorry.
But I hit the over in the Astros. Seattle won 5-0 last night to Sniper's point. San Diego, I hit that over in the 4th inning. That was 11-9, and the Dodgers over 8-3 because of the pitching matchups. I encourage you to be a SportsLine member. All of those sims hit in those 4 games from SportsLine. And my girl Lori, she knows it. She says, oh, there's soccer picks up at SportsLine all the time. So if you want soccer picks, become a SportsLine member. And I know what you're going to say, Coach, give me a deal. Of course I'm going to give you a deal, especially for new customers right here, right now. Use the promo code COACH. Use my name. Download that QR code or go to sportsline.com/join. You can get all of the articles, all of the cappers, all of the simulations. Then after that, in December, January, $10 a month. That's it. Come be a part of the family. Come on, there's a lot of information there. This business, it's all about information because it's hard. It's really, really hard. God, you guys did good today. Yes, Counselor, go.
Well, listen, I come on here and when things go well, I boast quite a bit. Can I just highlight, since they're like you did reference at the beginning of the show, kind of a bad day for the brand yesterday, at least from an early edge standpoint. Zach's 7 in a row on the early edge before losing yesterday in a close one that he should have won was so understated and so under the radar. And I just want to say it confirms my Zach rankings with Zach Morris obviously at the top, but then Zach Cimini 2nd, Zac Efron 3rd, and Zach Wheeler 4th. Like, listen, this is a banner sort of moment for Zach Cimini, and here I am yelling about my 8-1 against the spread, but 7 in a row is pretty great.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we don't tout those enough, and because a lot of people love to focus on negative things. And I think we need to turn this around and more positive things. What do you guys think? I think so. Zach, well done. Congratulations. We love you being a part of the crew. Period. I love that.
I have another nugget that I was going to add on Jorge Soler earlier. This isn't really a gambling helper nugget. I just thought it was kind of cool. He has a chance to get to 40 home runs. He has 36 right now. Only 2 Marlins in history have ever topped 40 home runs. Can anyone name them? One was very recently before he got traded.
Stanton.
Cabrera.
Giancarlo Stanton, 59.
Right.
One more, way far back, barely.
Was it
Cabrera?
Was it
I
Cabrera?
know this other one. It was in
Was it Cabrera?
1997. How about that?
Yep.
I know the name.
Who was his that?
If he had a bat in his hands, he would be going like this.
Yeah.
Gary Sheffield.
Gary Sheffield.
Oh, wow. I met him once at an event. He loves to talk baseball. He loves to talk baseball.
I interviewed him once and he was great.
Right. He was awesome. So much different. I mean, he had such a persona when he played.
People think he's such a jerk because of how he played. He talked to me for 15 minutes and he couldn't have been nicer.
Could not have been nicer.
Yeah.
Great nuggets. It doesn't always have to be about the picks, Sniper. Thank you.
All right.
It doesn't always have to be about the picks. Thank you. We're trying to be a well-rounded show. Now, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here's a recap courtesy of the Snake. By the way, I know I've said this a couple times in the last week, but how good does the show look? Please write "well done, Snake" in the chat. I mean, this is amazing. This looks amazing. The Counselor, Astro, team total over 4.5 -110. Mikey B, 2 big plays today. Kenta Maeda over 5.5 Ks -105. Then the White Sox will go team total over 4.5 minus 120. Then Zack Attack, Clark Schmidt over 5.5 Ks, minus 120. Then the Sniper, Blake Snell to record a win. They have been on fire. The Padres have. They scored 11 last night. Luis Castillo to record a win, minus 105. The Mariners shut out the A's last night. Also, I will be posting 2 Champions League picks at my X, at my Twitter within the next hour. Also, my lock of the week will go up on our TikTok by first thing tomorrow morning. Do not forget also, one last housekeeping note, our Week 3 NFL Mega Preview will be later today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We do it every single Tuesday with Larry Hartstein and R.J. White and myself. We never stop working. We never stop grinding. Tell you all the time, it's difficult. So put in the work, bring all your friends. We want to do this together. So with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lobo, Zack Attack, Mikey B, Counselor, Sniper, Snake, always behind the scenes. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you. Have a great day. Pay it forward. Be kind to one another so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.